I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary is waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
Hey folks, Lester here. I forgot and I threw my hat on just long enough to tip it for you. And we normally try to pull our caps off inside the house. It's so nice to see both Facebook and YouTube have had a chance to join in. Guys, I do have a special guest coming. But I will just say that they are on their way over here. They, meaning, so here's the confusing part about this. When I said they, I'm trying to use a gender neutral pronoun. I'm not talking about a plural, but Lester, they is a group of. So they will be here shortly. That's just go with it. I'll tell you what, times have changed and it's so hard to keep up with. Let me tell you what I was scared of when I was little. Quicksand. I was scared of two things when I grew up. I would have bad dreams and I was always terrified of two things: quicksand and the Bermuda Triangle. And so those are the things that kept my mind occupied. And I've always so focused and so scared and so worried about either quicksand or the Devil's Triangle. I don't know why. Those two things terrified me, getting stuck in quicksand. And so I pretty much learned every way around how to survive getting stuck in quicksand. And that's where most of my fears evolved around somehow stepping in quicksand. And then at some point, okay, good. It's not just me. A lot of people are also scared of quicksand. And when they were little, they had fears of quicksand. And then I also had fears of the Devil's Triangle there off the coast of Florida. I always thought for some reason I'm going to be sucked into the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know why. I've never been anywhere near there, but I've always been scared of the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know why. It's just like the fascination of things that scare you. I never, ever, ever thought that I would end up growing up and being scared of saying the wrong things to offend people. Forgetting passwords. Oh my God. Who would have ever thought when I was a child that my biggest fear was I'm going to forget my passwords. And I forget passwords left and right. You know who I'm also scared of is needing customer service. I need to talk to someone in customer service, and I end up arguing for an hour with a robot, an automated machine who's trying to direct me to the right person. Just give me a human to talk to. Those are the things that I'm fearful of now. Identity theft. I'm scared to death. Thank you. That's a good one. Yes. People will steal your identity. They do it all the time on here, trying to pretend to you that I'm not who I am and that someone else is not who they are. And in fact, ladies, I hope you know that all those handsome devils who are coming and replying to your comments are not who they say they are. They are not some handsome devil who lives in some tropical paradise who's looking for you, Mrs. Right, because they like the way you this or that. They are not who they say they are. Boy, have we started off with a powerful beginning to a life. It's only going to get better. Ladies, I'm telling you right now, and gentlemen, it's only going to get better because we have some really neat stuff to talk about today. And it's not the Bermuda Triangle. It's not me forgetting passwords. I will tell you real fast that I did the most recent scam that I fell victim to. So I've been victim to two scams that I myself was not smart enough to get myself out of. One of them I've talked about quite a bit. It was very embarrassing. It's when I got a text from Amazon and it said that there's been suspicious activity on my Amazon account. Please call customer service at this number. And so I just touched the number. I remember I was in my truck And I pulled over and I touched that number and my smartphone dialed that number. So I'm sitting there in nervous wreck. I'm like, oh my God, someone's using my Amazon. Someone's using my Amazon. There's suspicious activity. I ain't bought nothing in months off of Amazon. And the guy who answers says that Amazon customer service, can I help you? Whatever. Who am I speaking with? Whatever. And I'm like, yeah, my name's Lester Morrow, and I got a text that says there's been suspicious activity. And he goes, sir, what is your account number? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm driving. Did I ever fall victim to that? Was where they got me right there. So he goes, not to worry, sir. I can talk you through this. He says, I can talk you through this. First of all, we have to pull up your account. And since you're not on a computer, then I can do it on my end. Oh, man. I'm thinking, thank you, God. He's going to help me. This guy's going to help me. And so I end up giving him my phone number or my email, and he found my account. And then he asked for my account password. Now, dummy right here, dummy. I should have realized at that point that there's something suspicious going on. Why wouldn't he already know my password? If he's customer service, how come he doesn't know my password? How come he doesn't have his own password to bypass my password? So I'm like, I just want this to stop. So I give him my password. And now this guy who I think is customer service, it said it right there. It said customer service right there. Amazon. I wouldn't, that can't lie. Well, it was a lie. And I give him my password, and he's like, yes, it appears as though there have been 3 charges to your account. He goes, I'm going to cancel all of those transactions, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, thank you so much. You've helped me. I appreciate you. And just, oh my gosh, you don't know how blessed I am, this and that. And so sure enough, he canceled. I'm so sorry. Our special guest has just shown up. Special guest, wait for me just 1 second. Have a seat over here. Don't come into my screen yet because I'm telling a story. Espera un ratito. Oh no, I done gave it away. Now you already know who my special guest is. I done gave it away. I gave it away. Dang it, I gave it away. Okay. I will tell my story later about how I was scammed. Bottom line is that guy who I thought was Amazon customer service now had my password, and he had my Amazon information, my email, my phone number, and my password. My friends, let me tell you something. He took me for everything I was worth. He took me for everything I was worth, because don't forget, when you purchase off of Amazon, you have a credit card linked to that, or you have a bank linked to that. And now he knew all that information. He knew it all. I was the biggest dummy that day. God. Now I'm blessed that with the fraud protection, I was able to recover all of my monies. But friends, I'm just telling you, you cannot be sure of anything these days. And so please be careful. Please don't do like Lester did. Anyway, I was scammed again recently, but that's a whole nother story after our special guest leaves. Okay, my ladies and gentlemen. Okay, come on, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you all to our good friend Uriel. Sit down, buddy. Sit down. Where's your drink at?
Thank you so much.
¿Tu bebida? ¿No lo quieres?
Yeah.
Tráigalo. All right. So Uriel has come over to join me today on my live. And we all know that Uriel speaks about that much English, and that's okay because he's learning. But you're learning a lot, and you're learning it fast. Yes?
What?
What? He knows that.
I didn't speak English.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask him. Don't worry. The good thing is I do speak some Spanish. So what I'm going to do is translate, okay? I'm going to translate for both of us. Here, scoot up a little bit. Be even. Right now, I'm kind of in front of you. I know I'm a big guy. Let me move this chair out of the way here. I'll move that chair out of the way. And now you can sit now. There we go. Uriel. Okay. My friends, this is Uriel. Yeah. And the reason I asked Uriel to help me out today and to come join us on our live is because, oh my gosh, and there's Fiona. Fiona, you need to hush it up. So Fiona has a little summer cold. She's sick, and she's been coughing a lot. And I may have to put her outside. I feel bad for her. In the heat, she coughs even worse. but she's been coughing, like just a cough. Ella está respirando duro con un cough. Y no sé por qué.
¿Por qué?
I don't know. I think she might have a summer cold. But oh my gosh, look, muy bonito. Whoa. Oh, who? Him? Or baby, sweetie. She's coming to make sure that I'm safe from Uriel. And yes, I'm very safe. Uriel, I like to play a game. Me gusta jugar un juego con mis guests, con los, okay? And I call it 10 questions, 10 preguntas. Y I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and I want your first answer fast. Yo voy a pedir 10 preguntas, y yo quiero la primera respuesta rápido.
All right.
Okay? All right, we can do it. And you can say it in Spanish if you want to, and I'll translate to English. Friends, do not leave. Do not leave this live, because I got some video to show you that's going to blow your mind. Let's have a little fun first. Let's break the ice. Let's ease Uriel into our live. Can I ask you a question? Una pregunta. ¿Cómo sientes ahora? Sabiendo que hay más que casi 4,000 personas mirándote.
Yeah.
We have almost 4,000 people on the combined platforms all watching us right now. And I says, how do you feel knowing there's 4,000 people watching you? And he goes, I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit.
Por nunca he estado en un video con tanta gente.
Oh, yes, you have been. He just now says he's never been in a video with so many people. But as a matter of fact, you have. The video that I took of him riding Buc-ee's had 25,000 views. 25,000 personas vieron el video en montando al caballo Buc-ee's, ¿sabes? Yeah. So he has, now it's not been live. The difference is that was a recorded video. This is a live video. It is a little bit nerve-wracking. It gets easier. Anyway, 10 questions. You ready?
Right.
¿Cuál es tu comida favorito? Your favorite food?
Huevos volteados.
Really? Scrambled eggs? No one has ever said scrambled eggs.
Huevitos de gallina.
Chicken eggs. For real? Who likes eggs
El
for their
Mexican
favorite
eggs
food?
today, I don't know, aquí no hay mucho de eso.
No, that's crazy. No one chooses eggs for their favorite food. He is nervous. He is nervous. Nobody says eggs. No one has ever said eggs are their favorite food. Well, in that case, you know what? Here.
No, I don't know.
Are you sure?
No, it's big. It's the chicken.
Hey, that made me think about something. That reminded me of something. Yo recuerdo el video que Mr. Leo me mandó de ustedes tomando. No, tú no. Pero el olor. Do y'all remember when I gave that egg to Mr. Leo, his uncle, and it was a little bit old, maybe a little bit spoiled, maybe rotten. And these guys were sitting around one night during a storm, and they're going to challenge Mr. Leo's oldest son to drink that egg. They were going to give him $10 each. So Uriel took a drill and he made a hole in it. And then that kid, he wasn't a kid. ¿Cuántos años tiene el muchacho?
35.
He's already like 36 years old. He's not a kid. But he took that egg and he began to like coconut drink it. And it wasn't a good egg. It had already set too long. And that guy got sick and began to vomit. And then all of these guys, because of that guy, all of them got sick. It was crazy, that video. But it was also funny. Anyway, I cannot believe that your favorite food are eggs. Okay, fine. Su animal favorito, your favorite animal. Su animal favorito.
Horse.
Don't you say that. You're just saying that because you got a hat on. Is it really your favorite animal? Yeah. Okay, well, that's good then, because a lot of this video will be about Uriel and some work that he's done with all three of the I'm a Survivor horses, the rescues. And guys, I got some video to show you that's going to blow your mind. You got to stick around. Okay, this is going to be an easy one, and I bet I already know. Soccer. What is your favorite sport? Tu deporte favorito?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be soccer. Am I stereotyping? Oh, no. Am I stereotyping? Why baseball?
Baseball. Yeah.
Baseball. You like to watch baseball. También, do you also play or just watch? Mirar or jugar?
Jugar.
Jugar. So he likes to play baseball. So I have to ask, what position? ¿Cuál posición?
Era fielder.
So out in the outfield, so he likes to catch the outfield, those fly balls. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I had no idea. I got a couple of more. Your favorite drink, su bebida favorito. Your favorite drink. Don't think, no pienses, rápido, rápido.
Oh, the beer. Not me. No.
A beer.
Water.
A beer. No,
I
you
don't
said a
know.
beer. You said it's okay. It's okay.
Limonada is good.
Lemonade?
Yeah, lemonade is good.
No, but he said, y'all, he said a beer. Now, everyone knows that I don't drink beer. I used to, but I don't. A mí no me gusta el sabor de cerveza.
Okay.
El sabor me hace una cara fea. When I
Agree.
get the bitter beer face. If I drink a beer, I get the bitter beer face. And I can drink other things without getting that. But so he likes beer. He also likes lemonade. But he just now chose to drink a water on our live. And I says, go to the fridge and get something to drink. There was choices out there. There was Gatorades. There was all kinds of sodas. There's plenty of beer. There's mixed drinks. And he chose a water bottle. I love that. A lot of people like beer. People like beer in the summer. I had no idea. Mucha gente le gusta el sabor de cerveza en el verano, cuando está más calor. Okay. Since you said that your favorite animal is the horse, let me go ahead and slow down the game a little bit and just ask you, do you remember how old you were when you rode your first horse? ¿Cuántos años tenía cuando montaste un caballo por primera vez? So how old were you when you rode your horse for the first time or rode a horse?
13 años.
So about 13 years old. And do you remember that experience? ¿Recuerdas la experiencia?
Yeah, era una mula.
Yeah, I know. And so it was a mule. So if you don't know, a mule is a mix between a horse, a male horse, and a female donkey. That creates a mule. And so, and those animals are actually, there's still quite a few mules around, but a lot of people use mules for work. We don't do that. We just have our donkeys just because we love them so much. I'm going to have to ask you now. I do have another 6 questions to go over there, but let's just go ahead and get right into the gist of things. We're talking about horses. His first horse was on a mule that he ever rode was a mule. And I want to show y'all some video. Now, first of all, people are asking, who is Uriel? So let me go ahead and back up a little bit, because I kind of thought that we already had that understood. But I know Uriel. He works with Mr. Leo. Mr. Leo is the fella who owns the tree company. He comes by and he clears timber. And so we hired him for 2 jobs in Plum Grove and here in Livingston to clear some property. Leo is one of the tractor operators. Now, Leo, I remember this. Uriel vino una vez para hablar conmigo y me preguntó si yo tenía extra trabajo en los fines de semana. So he came to me one day after they were done working. Yeah. And he says, do we have any extra work like on the weekends? So he wanted to make extra money. You wanted to make extra money. And I says, well, heck yeah, we do. I got a lot of extra work. And I already knew that Leo, I keep saying Leo, I already knew that Uriel could drive a tractor. And I'd seen him drive every tractor that Leo has. And that means bulldozers and track hoes, all kinds of machinery. And so I knew that he could drive tractors. And so that was a plus, because we do have tractor work. What I had him do, I remember one of the first jobs was I had you change the oil. El primer trabajo que hice por mí fue cambiar el aceite.
Yeah.
¿Recuerdas?
Yeah.
I had him come to I'm a Survivor and change all of the oil. He changed the oil in the lawnmower, the tractor. He changed all of the oil. And I thought that would be good work. It would get him some extra money. It would be a burden off of me. And then I don't even remember the next job or the next job or the next job. But what I will say is that over the course of the last several months, I've gotten to know Uriel very, very good. And I've learned that he can do a lot of jobs. Yo estoy diciendo que sobre los últimos 2 o 3 meses. Yo te conozco mejor
Yeah.
y que tú sabes cómo hacer muchos trabajos más que manejar un tractor.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
one of the thank you. And so I've been very blessed because it's not very common that you can find somebody who can do a little bit of everything. And he knows a little bit of everything. And how surprised was I when I found out that he can ride and he enjoys riding horses. So let me go into my video now. I know I'm boring you. You're saying, Lester, you're talking too much. You're talking too much. Let's watch some video. Ready for video? Now, one word of warning. I'm going to stop the video every couple of seconds and we're going to talk. So here was the first time that I ever showed you guys with Uriel on a horse. That's beautiful, buddy. Oh, okay. Oh, no, you saw it. Okay, so what was so amazing about that particular day is Jamie and I had taken the horses, Bucky's and Voodoo, over to I'm a Survivor, and we had dropped them off, and we had Uriel over there doing something, and he was going to help us with some loading of the cows. So I wanted to take the horses over, and he was going to help me load the cows. It's more than a one-man job, believe it or not. I may say I'm Longhorn Lester, but it's not always that easy. And so Uriel and I loaded some cows and I brought them back over here. Well, while he was there, he was messing around with the horses. And I told him, I says, Bucky's can't see in one eye. I said, he's a great horse, but he just can't see out of one of his eyes. So I said, I don't ride him because I think it makes him nervous. So Uriel wanted to ride it. I'm like, dude, I says, I ain't been on a horse in 3 years. Yo dije que yo no estaba en ese caballo por más que 3 años. And he goes, oh, yeah, he's just going to try it. And he told me, if he gets nervous, I'll get off. I'm like, okay, cool. Just don't hurt my horse. Do not hurt my horse. And how shocked was I? Que sorprendido era yo when I was coming down the driveway to leave with those cows. And I saw this guy on the back of Bucky's, and he was riding him like Bucky's had never skipped a beat. Like he'd been ridden his whole life. And after 3 years of not being ridden, it was like nothing. It was just so darn easy for him.
Excellent horse.
He says he's an excellent horse. Bucky's is an excellent horse, and I would agree with that. But we're not done with my video yet. I'm going back to the video, okay? Now, one thing that you like to do, a ti te gusta jugar con el pelo. You like to play with hair. Can I see your hair? Show me your hair. Okay, you have short hair. Okay. But I have to ask you another question. I'm going to pause. All right. Now, you know that little girl right there is, right? That's his little girl. What's her name?
Isabella.
So her name is Isabella. Do they call her Chavela?
What?
Chavela?
Chavela.
So Chavela is a nickname for Isabella. And I know the picture's kind of bright, and so is the video because I paused it. But over here on one side of your screen, you can see what Uriel did to Bucky's hair. And then over on the right side, you see what Uriel does to Isabella's hair. So my question, ¿cuál pelo es más fácil? Because I know I have watched him do the horse hair, and a horse is very calm, and they sit there and they allow you to do it. And I've also seen people do little girls' hair, and little girls scream and holler and yell and cry. So, ¿cuál es más fácil? ¿Es más fácil el caballo or tu niño, tu hija? Which one is easier, the horse or your daughter?
The horse.
He said the horse is easier. It's true.
My baby's mom is like que se los hace.
He says normally the little girl's mom, his baby's mom, is one that does her hair. Pero es difícil con una niña, ¿verdad? Porque ellos mueven mucho y gritan y lloran y otras cosas. It's kind of like playing Barbies. ¿Tú sabes qué es un Barbie? Un muñeca de Barbie? Yeah, I think that a lot of moms and maybe some dads played with Barbies, and now when they get their own children or their own horses, they like to still pretend like they are Barbies. So they're just nothing but big live animals. I mean, dolls. And they like to dress them up and play dress up with them and stuff. But we've seen Uriel do some really neat things with Rita's hair. And we've seen him play around with Bucky's hair. Now, he says that Voodoo's hair is not long
No,
enough.
no
It's too
tiene.
short.
Yes.
Let's keep
Long.
watching. Yeah, let's keep watching some more video. Rita, here's my question. You better think about it. Think long and hard. Think. ¿Cuál es tu favorito? Be very careful. Be very careful with what you. No. You better think. Piensas.
Okay.
Piensas
Yeah.
en esta. I says, be very careful. You do not want to answer wrong. I says, we have worked with all three of the horses. We have Bucky's, Voodoo, and you say Bucky's? Bucky's.
Very good.
Why do you like to work so much with Bucky's?
Primero pensé que era él, el Voodoo.
So at first, before he worked with Bucky's, he really enjoyed working with Voodoo, okay?
Y después me encantó él.
But now
Bucky's.
he's fallen in love with Bucky's.
Es un excelente horse.
He says he's just an excellent horse. Poor Rita. Poor Rita. Pobrecita de ella.
Yes.
Pobre Rita. Nadie en va a escoger a Rita. Is there anyone that can say they love Rita more? Will anyone volunteer and say they love Rita the most? Please just make it up. Just lie to us. Lie. I want y'all to vote. I want you all to vote for your favorite horse. I'm putting on my glasses so I can see. Yo estoy pidiendo que ellos voten por su caballo favorito.
Okay.
From our three horses, who is your favorite of all three? Y'all go ahead and vote. I'm looking for, so there's a mix. Es un mixto. Es un gran mixto.
Rita,
Bucky's,
Voodoo,
Rita, Voodoo. Es un gran mixto.
Voodoo, Rita.
So you'll listen, the comments are going too fast. And there's no way I can do some kind of I could put a survey in YouTube, maybe, or Facebook, but I didn't do that today. But just from this over here, de lo que dice esa gente,
Aquí.
¿qué cree que es lo favorito? So I'm asking him from what he can read. Guys, they're flying by this fast. But I'm saying from the ones that you do read, what do you think more people are saying?
Es increíble que
It's impossible, he says. It's just incredible just to even try to count that fast.
Yeah.
I know. So there's no way to count that much, but I do understand why he says Bucky's. I do know why, and I'm going to get to that part right here. Okay, now he knows what's going to happen here. He knows because he sent me this video this morning. You all know, let me hide this for a second. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide it. Everyone knows that we had a hard time gathering up one of our Longhorns. We could not catch Gracie. Gracie was outsmarting us. She was already onto us. Gracie knew what we were up to. Whenever we backed that trailer up and we put that feed, she knew we're trying to catch them. She knew. Ella sabía. She knew.
Inteligente.
And so we were able to catch all of the other ones. And so this is going to sound kind of mean, but I says, we're not going to give them any feed. Let's not feed them. No hay, no feed. We're going to make them come to our loading chute to eat. And so every cow at some point got so hungry that it came to eat. And when it came to eat, we closed the gate and we brought them over. And we've done that. We've been doing that all week long. And as of now, well, okay, so as of 10 minutes ago, every cow was here except for Gracie. Gracie was too smart. Gracie's too fat. Gracie says, you know what? I'm not eating. I'm just going to hunger strike. I'm not eating. I'm not going in that trailer. I'm not going to do it. And y'all, she would not do it. And so this is beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing ever. Guess what we did? Who wants to guess how we got Gracie in that trailer. Who wants to guess how we were able to get Gracie, who was being resilient to food, into that trailer? I'm reading the comments. ¿Quién quiere adivinar cómo puso Gracie adentro de trailer? Everyone is saying the horse. They're saying the horse. Y'all watch. I'm not going to play the whole video because then you're not going to watch my video. I'm going to play a piece of the video because I know how y'all are. Look at that. I love it, Uriel. I love it. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. Yo quiero pasar por un segundo. So yes, so we were able to take Bucky's, and this cowboy here got on that horse's back, and he was able to move that cow into that trailer. And guess what? Then he drove the trailer over here. He can also drive a truck with a trailer, and he just now unloaded Gracie. I had to run in and start my live. I said, you do it by yourself. He goes, okay, no problem. You're not scared of cows? ¿No tienes miedo de los longhorns? No. So when you're around cows, they're not as scary. It's the same with the ostriches. When you're around them, you're not as scared. And I'm probably with horses. When you're around them, you have a lot more confidence around them. And so you're not as scared. There's one last thing I want to show you that Uriel discovered about Bucky's. And friends, I've always known this, but I did not know to what extent Bucky's could do this. Uriel discovered that Bucky's has had in his past a lot of experience with working cows. ¿Entiendes?
Él tiene la experiencia de hacerlo solo.
So he can tell, and we've already known this, that Bucky's has experience in working cattle. So when a horse is young, I guess, depending on what they want that horse to help them do, some horses are rodeo horses, some horses run barrels, some horses, there's different things that people work and train their horses to do. And it was obvious to us from the beginning that Bucky's was a cow. He was trained to work cattle. And so a lot of people that work cattle have this thing they like to do with their horses. I don't understand it, but there's a dance. Es como un baile que hacen los vaqueros. I don't get it. Can we do it together? Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. So I don't know why.
Como un horse?
Yes. Okay. So yes, so there's some kind of a dance that cowboys do, and they can make that horse do like little. Okay. I look dumb. All right, sit down, Uriel. Sit down. Let's not embarrass ourselves anymore. Let's not embarrass ourselves anymore. Someone is cow cutting. Okay, so yes, it is cow cutting. Cow cutting is this. That's cow cutting, and Bucky's can do that. Pero ¿cómo es el baile que hacen ellos cuando bailan? There's also something else that these horses do that work with cows where they can start making these little loop-de-loop. They make little like loops. It would get you and me dizzy. And we would fall over. But no, Uriel says, Lester, watch this. And he showed me one more thing that Bucky's knows how to do. Now, I'm not saying he's as good as the horses on Yellowstone, the ones that have been trained and the ones that you see on TV. But Bucky's, at some point in his life, y'all, and now the other way. I just absolutely love that. And you know what else I love? I love this cowboy right here. This is Uriel. Friends, listen to me. I want to tell you, and I've said this so many times, and I know that I'm talking fast and I talk fast, and you probably understand. Do you understand everything or a little bit?
What?
How much do you understand? ¿Cuántos entiendes de lo que estoy diciendo?
La mitad de la mitad.
So he understands about half and half, he says. I know I get excited and I start rambling on and I start just going and going. But I've told y'all before that we've been so blessed to have met people in our life who have really come by and have offered something in a skill or a work ethic or some kind of a story they can share that has helped us along on our journey. And Uriel, I'm going to say it again, Uriel is one of those people. He's come along. I do believe that there's something divine in that. There's some kind of divine intervention that sometimes helps people cross paths. I don't know what we do to help Uriel besides give him a few dollars here and there to help him pay his bills. But what Uriel offers us is so much more than anything that money can buy. Lo que estoy diciendo es que yo no sé que nosotros ofrecemos a usted más que algunos pocos dólares, pero lo que tú ofreces a nosotros es algo que el dinero no puede comprar.
Yeah, I like your work. Es muy increíble trabajar contigo. Me gusta lo que hago. Me encanta.
I said today, Uriel, after watching them videos of that horse dancing, of watching that horse pin that cow, of watching you and your comfort level on that horse, I says, anytime you want to come by and ride, you want to come by and work, you want to come by and just love and take care of the horses, I says, they're there. I might not be there and Jamie might not be there, but you can go anytime you want to. And so we love that. And so I am so darn blessed to meet this guy. I want to shake his hand one more time and tell you thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much, Uriel. Thank you so much. And I'm not going to keep him. I know he has work to do, but yo quiero decir gracias. Lo quiero decir muchísimas gracias. Es un gran placer conocerte y trabajar contigo.
Lo mismo digo.
Okay. He says same to me. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. We'll see
Bye.
you later. Okay? I'll call you later.
Thank you so much, people.
Oh, you want to talk? Say it.
Bye.
No, continue. Habla.
No puedo hablar tanto en inglés.
Hey, say it in Spanish and I'll translate.
Thank you so much for the people.
He just says thank you so much to the people.
Yes.
You're okay. So you're
Bye.
the people. Okay. Bye, buddy. Okay. See you later, Uriel.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
So good news is everyone says bye. Muchos dicen adios, Uriel. Hey, someone says you're cute. ¿Sabes qué es cute? Como chulo. Oh no, he's coming back. Oh, that's how you keep a man a sticker. That's
Voy a mandar un saludo también para México, para toda la gente de General Terán, Nuevo León. I don't know.
He said to anybody who might be from Mexico, from the state of Nuevo León, yeah. Es tu estado en Mexico? Es donde no eres?
Yeah.
He says hello to everyone in Mexico. Oh, someone says hello, Papi Chulo. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. He says besos, kisses to all of you guys. Oh, my gosh. How old are you, Uriel? 27? 27? 26, 26 years old, y'all. To be 26 years old and to already know so much tells me one thing, that he was forced into a lifestyle that made him grow up way, way too young. Because you picture yourself at the age of 25, 26. You picture me, I picture me and Jamie, Ellie, Megan, all of my nephews at that age. And we're not, none of us at that maturity level to be able to do so much, to be able to take on any task, even if it's not one that you specialize in, and be able to work it. And so we are just so very blessed. I talk about people who've been a part of our journey and how much they've helped us along. Now, there's also some who we've crossed paths with, who I wish we'd never met, who we've lost a lot of money on, who we wasted a lot of time and effort, who I feel embarrassed to have introduced you to. But we're not going to focus on all of that. That's burnt. That's already in the past. But we are blessed to have Uriel the fact that he can come by on occasion when he's not working. He lives right there in Plum Grove. He guys, listen to me. I'm going to say something, and this may not come out right, but with all of the negativity that we have shown towards the neighborhood across the street, it's that neighborhood across the street where Uriel lives. And so don't ever allow yourself to think that everybody who finds themselves seeking the American dream is a thug, is a hoodlum, is a gangbanger, or just trying to take advantage of our system. Please don't ever think that. Please don't let yourself ever think that. Because in fact, there are many of those who were born and raised here who do all of those things and then some, and then some. And there's many who were not born here who have found their way here, who want nothing more than to work. They just want to work. They want to have a piece of the dream that you and I get to live and experience every day. And so my heart breaks for watching the news now that what has happened in Plum Grove has become national news. Now that everyone seems to be spotlighting Plum Grove and taking a closer look at that development and what is going on down there and stuff, and you realize some of the I don't want to get into that and mess up this particular live, but it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I tell you what, there are you always need to learn to judge a book by what's on the inside of that book, not by the cover, not where the book was written from, not what language the book is written in, if you will. I'm just trying to find ways to analogize my relationship with Uriel. But that kid, I'm going to call him a kid, that 26-year-old kid will do anything to earn a couple of dollars. And he has worked his tail off. For Mr. Leo, I've watched him work from the time the sun comes up until well after dark. Well after dark. Over here, I've seen him drive our tractor, up the very steep embankments. Things that I would be scared to do, things that I don't have the guts to do, I've watched that kid do. And with such confidence, he knows what he's capable of doing, what the machinery can do. And like I said, he's been around to help us here and there to earn a few dollars if he can for his family. And he's never, ever done anything besides just earn our respect. And so, man, I hate when things are drawn down party lines and you have to be either this or you have to be that. There's no middle ground. So we're very blessed. And the animals that we have, the Buckies and the Voodoos, are just so very blessed to have Uriel in their life. And even Rita. Did y'all notice that no one wanted to talk about Rita? No one wanted to talk about our little Spitfire Rita. I love her so darn much. I want to show you one more little piece of video, and then I will move on to something different, if you don't mind. Listen, I don't want to get emotional when I say this, but we're talking about Rita, the little filly who is gorgeous. Yes, she's gorgeous. And she's very difficult. And Uriel, who says he's been around horses, he's not scared of horses. He's gotten on the back of Bucky's and Voodoo. And he's also spent a little bit of time playing around with Rita and trying to do her hair and stuff. And he knows that she bites, and he knows that she'll kick. So she might not be his favorite. But I want to tell you something about Rita, and there's been a little bit of divide on the page, and it might be my own fault. I'm going to go ahead and take blame for this. I will take ownership and say that the divide that has been created on my pages is my own fault. And it's hard to do that, y'all. It's hard to do that, to admit fault. But I'm telling you that I've created a divide with Rita, and people who love Rita for who she is, and those who want to love Rita, but if I can get her to do what she needs to learn to do. And so this morning I was out walking and working and hanging out with the cows, the longhorns that were here, especially the babies. And I was working on my video that I'll play tomorrow. And something came out of my mouth. Something came out of my mouth that was not planned or thought of. But during the middle of my video, I realized something. I began to grasp something that I'd been missing the point of for a long time. I've been missing the point. I've found myself caught up in all the controversy and the discussion about Rita. And I found myself kind of torn between what is right and what is wrong when it comes to Rita. And so this is going to forever be, this is a part of that middle ground. Let me just play the video for you. And so if you can find a way to help them adjust, give them a safe place, y'all. Just give them a safe place. And then let them make that transition over time instead of a sink or swim type scenario. I know this is not my best angle, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sitting on a bucket. I look ridiculous out here in the middle of a pasture. But you want kids to have a safe place. You want them to know they have a place they can just be safe. More than anything else, they can find safety here. And having these girls try to adjust, or having our donkeys try to adjust, having Rita try to adjust to a established herd. And if her stall is her safe place, then her stall is her safe place. Her stall is not another area where she's going to get an elbow, not from this guy. So what I've been doing every day is taking the calves out to spend time with the big cows. We feed them the bottle in the morning, so we're guaranteed that they get the nutrition that they need from the bottle. And then I walk them out. And I've been trying to sneak away. I'm going to cry, I think. I've been trying to sneak away. It's the same thing that every mom or grandma or dad has had to do at daycare or even school. You walk out with your babies, you take them to school, you hang out there in the classroom for a couple of minutes, and you want to see your kids start playing, start interacting, start distancing themselves from you. And then what do? You slowly sneak away. And so I've been trying to do that. And today, as I'm sneaking away, I heard these footsteps behind me, and I turn around, and if lo and behold, Rita and Danny noticed me sneaking away, and they come running saying, "Don't leave us here, don't leave us." I know I'm probably humanizing it a little bit more than what I should, but I saw teardrops in Ruby's eyes, and I'm like, she's been crying, she's scared. And so I was just thinking to myself, I sit there for a minute on that bucket, and I was loving on those calves, and I thought to myself, yeah, you can say it's humanizing it, Lester. Good riddance, Lester, if you want to. Fine. Good riddance to you, too. But I'm sitting there, and I'm realizing that these calves who've been raised in a laundry room, bottle fed multiple times a day, slowly introduced to grains, slowly introduced to grass, slowly introduced to hay from a human who've only known each other and us as their world. And all of a sudden, we're forcing them into a pasture. They call that to sink or swim. To sink or swim, either you sink and you're done, or you swim and you survive. And I thought, how unfortunate is that? How unfair is that? Not just to Ruby and Danny, but well, I made the reference to even children, to children, especially kids who've been adopted. And you introduce them to a new home, a new lifestyle, a new diet, a new everything. And I don't think that we would expect that of humans. So I think that most of us, what we do is try to help kids assimilate and it slowly adjust. And that you're there to kind of watch over and foster them along. And it made me embarrassed and ashamed of myself to even listen to a minute of the people who were screaming and hollering and yelling at me to put my elbow to Rita's jaw whenever she snaps at me, to take a bucket and toss it across that pasture when she turns her behind to me. Because this is me. This is just me. You can disagree if you want to disagree. I'm trying to find those that understand there might be a middle ground. Rita is new, and we don't know where she came from. We don't know her history. We know nothing about her. She finds herself at a new place where she was left. She was abandoned. She was abandoned and tied to a gate. And said, here you go. She eats too much for us. And so I just think to myself that if she was a child, we would never elbow her into, we would never toss buckets. We would never kick. We would never kick back or bite back or slap back. And so for everyone who's going to say that, Lester, you're ruining a good horse, you're ruining. I say that Rita's getting fed. She's getting vet care. If she needs it, she'll get the best of that we can offer, that we can afford. She's getting a room where if she wants to have that room all to herself, then if that's her safety spot, if that's where she can go and know that she's safe, then let her have her safety. How dare you criticize and shame and bash and back and forth with each other and at me for not being man enough to go in there and claim what's mine and she belongs to me. No, she doesn't. She's Rita. And we will continue to work with her on what we feel like is the right pace for her, not what is the right pace for you. And if you want to go get your horse and do whatever you want to do, you can slap it and beat it and whip it and elbow it in the mouth. And you can connect all you want to. I say shame on you. You're on the wrong page. You're on the wrong page. And I'm ashamed of myself for being so torn back and forth by watching this guy and this girl and that girl and all the links you're sending me and all the comments and everything else. No more. No more. I'm an advocate for the animals, and there ain't nobody who's going to tell me that I'm doing it wrong because I will not connect with her. I will not connect with her. I will never connect with her with my elbow. And if she bites me again, as she has many times, I will scream and I will move out of her way and I'll try to think. And if I'm ruining a horse, well, shame on you to decide what is ruining a horse. If she never turns into a Buc-ee's or if she never turns into a Voodoo, who cares? She's a Rita. She's a Rita. She's Senorita. And if she never gets anyone on her back, then she never puts anyone on her back. She still gets food and she gets safety and she gets vet care and she gets love. And she will get that in any form or fashion that I feel is safe and at her pace. And I'm emotional and I'm upset with myself is what I am. This is me being upset with myself for trying to force Rita to make you happy, to make some of you happy, a small fraction of you happy. Let me make you happy by putting an elbow to her. Let me make some of you guys happy by raising my voice, by getting big. Let me make some of you happy. I'm tired of that. That's not who I'm a Survivor is. And it's not who Longhorn Lester's is. It's not who From Suits to Boots is. And so if you can't find yourself learning who we are and knowing who we are, then you truly are on the wrong page. And I'm sorry for getting emotional, but it makes me so mad at myself for allowing myself to get caught up in all of the drama that the internet wants to throw at me, all of the links of people that beat and whip and spank and pop. And so we will do the best that we can. And if I was to ever go out and adopt a child, or remembering when I was a school teacher, if I was a school teacher and there was a new kid who showed up to my class after we've already been in session for a month and all the other kids have already learned their way, and this new kid shows up, shame on me if I can't be human enough to understand that this child is going to go through a transitional period where it needs someone to watch its back. It needs someone to show it love and protection, and it needs to feel safe. And if you can't have an animal know where it feels safe, then shame on you for the type of animal owner that you are, if your animal cannot find a safe place. Oh, there can be people argue back and forth. I don't care what you say. I don't care what names you want to throw out. I don't care who you want to send this to and say, listen, what Lester says, send it on. I'm not going to connect my elbow to that horse or any horse ever. I will defend my family. I will defend my possessions, as I hope that all of you will, against man or beast. But I'm not going to go out there and force myself to push my will on an innocent animal. And if that makes me a bad horse owner, then in your opinion, call me a bad horse owner. But what I will do is I will feed Rita. I will nurture her with all of her nutritional needs. I will get her whatever vet care she needs, and I will give her safety. I'll protect her at all cost, even from myself and even from you. So that right there is your permission to make your way onto other pages. And you don't have to look back. I was going to open a couple of gifts and goodies, but now I've kind of not in the mood. I want to say thank you to the folks who have sent some things for the animals. We always appreciate that, but we ask for nothing. We ask for nothing. We want you to take care of yourself and your family. Gas prices are going up, y'all. Gas prices are going up. If you have extra money, then you put that money away and you save it for a rainy day. Do not send it over here. I'm a survivor. Longhorn Lesters, from suits to boots, we will make ends meet. We'll find a way, and we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We will work for our money. I also want to invite you to have a chance to peek at my sister Tina's page tomorrow, as she made a video, a very difficult video to make, talking about her struggles with breast cancer and her journey with breast cancer. And I don't want to give too much of her video away, but she's been very hesitant to release it because she becomes emotional. And she says, Lester, she feels like she cried the entire time. I says, Tina, you got something off your chest that you probably needed to get off your chest. I says, you're going to learn that talking to people, even though they're all I know is little screenshots of your thumbnail and your comments, you're still talking to people and you're talking back to me. And I wish I had time to stop and read what you're saying right now, but it's going too fast, my friends. It's going way too fast. But to summarize this live, we thank Uriel for what he's been able to do. We love the fact that we're slowly transitioning our little goats to becoming big goats and our little calves to becoming big cows, longhorns, little heifers out there with the big longhorns. And we're so blessed that Uriel was able to get the last of our longhorns loaded. As of right now, all of the longhorns are here at Longhorn Lester's, where they belong and where, God willing, they will stay. I said God willing, because we all know that God has his own plans. We know that God makes his own plans, and we'll go with God's plan. But if we keep grass, if we keep water, if we keep our resources here, then this is where our longhorns belong. And I will also add one last thing that's been a big question. Why are the Facebook videos shorter than the YouTube videos? Guys, we've addressed that so many times. YouTube encourages and still supports long video creators. YouTube is still a platform for folks who have a story to tell. Facebook is still trying to follow the lead of TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram with little short. That's how they keep up, and that's their business, not ours. That's their business. And so we do what we can do. There are always shorter videos on Facebook. We have not skipped a day yet. We have not skipped a day. And there's a lot longer videos on YouTube. And so that's just the way it is. And so that's not Lester and Jamie's doings. If it was up to me, I'd have the same videos on both. That makes my life a whole lot easier, But no, they make it to where they want to keep their platforms run by their business model. And the business model is different between YouTube and Facebook. Anyway, I think that I've rambled on long enough. Thank y'all for watching. We love you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time with me and for Uriel. Let me end the video by showing y'all one last thing we've already seen, but I think it was just beautiful. Let me find it. A lot of people